And we're back. We got what? Players not spawning in the right position. And the surface world wasn't turning off properly. Let's see, what do we got here? Spawned. Going in. Currently writing on mount, frame file, generate it. Anything else? There's active. Make sure we got this going on. Find the current one. If it's null, create a new one. Set it up. Make it generate. Add the client as inside. Head on in. Turn off the surface world. If teleport is not needed in client server. I haven't had anybody say that the caves are making them swim. I'm a little worried about that. Is that building limit survey? No, okay. I'm curious why it had me swim in there. What channel is it in there? Anyway. Let's just add a little debug here. Churning does not equal host. It's not debug turning off world. False. That looks all good. I did set this to be like this though. Well, we'll get to that. I shouldn't be swimming though. Client player mover currently in world encounter equals true. Anyway, that's doing that. Procedural area we don't need to work with right now. Encounter data. Yeah, I don't want to forget that I changed those. World encounter teleporter. Let's see. Yeah, going in. We also got positioned improperly. Set position, convert position to world position. Current manager transform position plus player local position. That might be true for caves. Let's see though. Case. We've got a goblin dungeon going on here. Let's see. We're spawning the instantiate. Local scale. Where's the position? Who's got my position? Instantiate. Where did you... It looked like that it didn't... And like caves... Ah, jeez. We're going to create a new one. Instantiate counter manager. Oh, it is giving it a position here. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah, we're just putting it at the terrain X. What's up, Stop Nut? It's at terrain X, terrain Z, and then minus 100. And then, did I change something here? Right, I did. So the current transform dot position, yeah, not the local position. I don't even know what that is actually. For this, let's see, we're at 0, 0, which is 2020. Let's see, so 10, so 30, 30, 30 plus, let's say new vector 3. I think it's 30, and we'll do like 0.5f just so I'm not right on the ground. Something like that. True. What's true? In world encounter, true. Okay, I think that'll get me in there. I'm curious why. Yeah, well, let's give it a try. Easy to try. The didn't think that I was in World Encounter for some reason. Let's go through this real quick, actually. Target set position in World Encounter, not in World Encounter, blah, 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 blah. If in World Encounter, get current section XC, so the World Encounter going in, correct. UI is open for world position, engage player spawn check. Here we do teleporting, remove momentum, check for land. We're not going to do that. Update Solace. Well, if client is not in world and currently in World Encounter, no. That all looks fine. Let's just try it. It's fine. That's why I started streaming. Loneliness. I'm not unfortunately, to be honest, D&D master. I played one campaign. We started at level 3. We got up to level 6 maybe. And then it all kind of just fell apart. And I was having fun with it. Despite kind of the DM not really doing a good job, kind of. No offense. So I took up being a GM and asked if all my buddies wanted to play with me. And we've been playing. We've had probably had a good 10 sessions so far, maybe. I'm getting better at it. World Encounter is way over there. How come 1124 minus 100 912? Malcare got moved to honestly pretty close, but not quite. 1124, and it always let's see, where is it actually? It looked like I was really close there. Am I not? Why am I not closer? It looks like I'm really close, but I'm not. Yeah, it had like a second. Yeah, these guys are getting a whole nother. Okay, hold on. We probably just didn't do that in our test thing. World Encounter, where is it? Dungeon Generator is not even up here. World Encounters, Dungeon Generator, Set Parent Transform. Okay, we need to have these be local position, not world position. And did we do that for decorations as well? I think we did. Decorator. Yeah, local position, local scale. Okay. AI. Local position. And actually, we don't want to do this. Monster parent. We don't want you anymore at all. And I wasn't using you anyway. I was here actually. No, you need to go up here. I had that right beneath it. So there's that. Okay, let's try that again. That was getting double offset. Did still look like, no, yeah, I think I might have been just right in position there. We'll see. Give it a try. Took my gloves off while I was eating. Now I'm getting cold again. It's warm, the sun is shining, but it's still only like 3 degrees outside. And in we go. Not quite. Not quite. Where is you? Way over there still. But that's not at fault to you guys, right? These guys are out pretty far though. Maybe this stuff. Am I? That's a very likely possibility. Hold on a second here. Dungeon generator. Local position. These probably all of these I just set to position because we were just doing that. We were just doing it that way without any problems in our test scene. Generate decoration. Local position. That's good. Anywhere I start a new game object. Local position. Position. No, you need to be local position. Local position. What else we got? Local position. Who else wants to fight? Local position. And there's another one down here, right? Local position. And there's another one right here. Starter cell, local position, local position. Okay, let's see if we can find dot position anywhere. Go.transform.position equals, yeah. That's fine. Rotate around, can use position. Okay, that all looks good. We've also got dungeon generator. Show me all the dot pauses. Yeah, you're not acceptable, you're not acceptable, you are not acceptable. You, and you are also not acceptable. And do we have any more? There's a rotate around, that is acceptable. Okay, that should be good. Let's try it again. Yeah, I don't think there is. I think it's just two different words, really. I mean, I use one or the other just kind of randomly for no good reason. Game master versus dungeon master. If you really wanted to get into it, you might say the game master is more difficult, like, because original Dungeons and Dragons, it was literally like a dungeon. You went into a dungeon and you just like kept going down in the dungeon. It wasn't like a world that you like lived in and, you know, stuff existed in. Now D&D campaigns are like this whole thing, you know? So I still feel like these guys are way off. What's going on here? Dungeon generator AI. Maybe I'm doing set parent after I set local position. Yeah, yep. Small but important mistakes. There's that, and once again, it's going to make us do that for all of these. You gotta set your parent before you set your local position, or else you're just setting up a world position. Who else needs to be fixed? Set parent. Anyone else up here? Local position, yeah, you still need to be decoration parent, marker transform, local position, that's good. Set parent, he's doing that right. Okay, decorator, where's dungeon generator now? All of y'all are broken. Set parent first, please. Generate stairwell was doing it proper. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, let's try that once more. Yeah, that stuff can get pricey. Like, we were talking about Warhammer yesterday. We played that when we were like 15, and we didn't have any money, you know. It cost $8 for like one unit, and you got like $20 a month. It's like, man, it was tough times. All right, there we go. I'm in the dungeon. Now it's doing our cave blue. And these monsters probably don't know. They clearly don't know how to animate. Where are they? Did they get all spawned somewhere else accidentally? Did I not? I might not have fixed that one properly. That is the AI. Set parent manager.mobs. Is that unacceptable? These are 0. Mobs is 0. Where's all my mobs? Are they all falling? Do I not have any mobs? Where's a mob? 67. Where is he? Why can I not see this guy? Oh, he's above ground. What happened there? That's interesting. He's trying to break free. Must be something going on with the AI. If is server never spawned to, make sure we're on the ground in case of terrain changes. If encounter AI equals null, am I not setting up the encounter AI? Align to encounter AI, dungeon generator.manager, encounter AI. If encounter cave systems 3D manager, what is this? Monster AI. World encounter manager cave. I thought I just fixed that. Didn't we have a whole world encounter manager? Why would you do a whole separate one there? Stop that. Let's just stop that. World encounter manager is all that we need. Encountering eggs is more good. If this level by location is random, good. Otherwise, world encounter manager terrain X, good. That should work as intended. And we might get a new error or two when we compile, but we should be fine. And parameter speed, yeah, we do have an error. Marching cubes, you are, let's see, what do we want to do? Align to encounter manager. like so, and like so. He's already doing that. Oh. Are you already doing that too? No. Spawn monster, spawn boss. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, Warhammer is kind of... It's sort of more like a Japanese RPG where like you're not making your own character. You got this like set story, you know, and you like make your... Like painting was a big part of it for us, and I really liked making terrain and stuff too, you know, like I obviously like to make worlds and stuff. But Dungeons and Dragons, it's more like it's you. What are you gonna do? Still not... They're still spawning up here. That's funny. What's the matter with you, sir? Your monster AI has... you're not gonna let me look at it, but I can peek anyway. World Encounter Manager is not set up. How did you not get aligned there? Dungeon Generator AI, spawn monster. Well, because I'm not setting it there. That's why. Monster AI equals go. And you're not a hero, but you are aligned to the encounter. Okay. One more time. And let's see, where was that going down function? We need to upgrade this so we can do different colors, different atmospheres per encounter type. I have an RX 590, I believe it is. And it's a powerful card. And it works good. It's just that it doesn't know how to not overheat, which just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you know, if it's getting too hot, it should slow down. And it doesn't. It'll just run until it overheats and it has to shut the system down. And that makes no sense to me. You know, it's like just drop the frame rate a little bit and stop pushing yourself so hard. But I don't know. It is a good card though. I mean, so what are you gonna do? Goblin here. A bunch of errors. Reset path can only be called on an active agent that has been placed on a nav mesh. Am I not? It didn't look like I was generating nav mesh there. Let's go to Malcare. There is no nav mesh being generated here. Why is that? Default should work. Let's get off of debug. Default. Nav mesh isn't generating for the dungeon. Or no, it wouldn't do that. No. Nav builder. What are you doing? What are you doing? Looks like it's in the right place. I might need to be setting let's just look at that. Entities, nav builder. What is your build mask? Equals terrain and building and world encounter mask. Okay, so I need to set the layers for this stuff. Let's go ahead and just do world encounter, change all the children. Yes, yes, no, no, yes. Is it going to ask me if I want to do children? Here it is. Okay. Entrance, floor, rock. We'll skip. Slot, stairwell. We're not using stone pillars. Yes. Torch, no. Wall bend, yeah. Did we add? Yeah, we did. Wall bend, wall spike, wall stone, water gate, wood pillar. These all need to be on the world encounter layer, including the children. Okay, that should fix the nav generation. Chutes and ladders. Honestly, I just haven't looked at any of that stuff. I've been Unity day one. It's just all I've ever used. Bunch of errors. What are the errors? Runtime nav mesh is not allowed to read access. This is what we're going to update nav mesh data async. What are you talking about? Navigation has been set up properly. It's a bummer that the ceilings did that, but what are you going to do? I don't know what all those errors are fussing about. Yeah, we got guys chasing me. They're hitting me. They don't want to die. And they're really bad at hitting me for some reason. What level are they? Are they leveling up at all, or are they all 0.5? And why can't I kill them? They're probably not. Yeah, these guys likewise need to be on the monster layer. I kind of forgot all about layers for all of this stuff. These guys are mobs. Yes. What was this all about here? Escalator does not allow read access. Runtime nav mesh, builder source mesh, SM escalator does not allow read access. Will work in play mode in the editor, but not in player. Escalier. Wall door, wallstone dot door. What's the matter, you? Why you gotta be like that? Scale factor, import, mesh, compression, read write enabled. Does not allow read access. Why would you not even be able to read it? It just sounds silly. Let's take a peek at something else that we use, like let's say resources, buildings, stone door. Show me its mesh, please. Clicking all the wrong buttons. And show me the import settings. Where you got door wooden 2A. Read write enabled. Not sure why that would not be normal. Import blend shapes, import visibility, import cameras, import lights. No. Yeah, let's select all of this. You all blend shapes, visibility. I guess I won't touch that stuff, but read write should be enabled. Mesh compression off. Not too familiar with that stuff, to be honest. Do they do the free until you make $100,000 kind of stuff? On trigger enter mob finder. Whoop. Well, I tried to exit and I was able to exit. Wow, and it actually put me pretty close there. Cool. That's always a good sign. On trigger enter is freaking out though. But these guys are fighting me. And I killed that guy. Cool. Kill that guy. It's just that I don't know how to. They don't know how to animate yet. What's up with the mob finder? Enabled equals true. Oh, these guys are supposed to. Right. Few more things. I'm just forgetting that I have to turn this stuff on in certain orders. So all of y'all, let's see, let's look at a fire golem. His animator is off, his nav mesh is off, his AI is off. He's also got a monster drop, and what's all of that? That's not necessary. We do need network transform and network proximity checker. I'm gonna copy this. Come on, what's the deal? Copy. I want to do, let's see, network transform first. And then I want to do paste component as new for the proximity checkers. Good. And nav mesh agent starts as off. Monster AI starts as off. The animators start as off. Was the boss, was his animator? Beneath him. Yeah, I scaled him down, that's why. So he needs to start off as well. How's that? Goblin. Good. Network transform, network proximity. I think that's correct. Proximity, monster AI is off, transform is on. Rigid body. Did I give these guys rigid bodies? Do they need rigid bodies? They should probably have rigid bodies. Rigid body. And let's see. Let's just copy this stuff. Paste component values. Yeah, Unity is up to 100,000, which is totally fine. The big one for me is Steam. Steam takes 30%. That's a bummer, but I would have probably only sold like 10 copies if it weren't for Steam, so it's kind of hard to complain. If you sell, I think if you sell $1 million, then they drop it to 25%. So, gotta shoot high. I think that's fine for him. Goblin 2, you're gonna need one as well. Paste as new. And Goblin Boss. Let's make you more like 120. You're a big boy. I think that's good. Which do you think is better for 3D? I can animate. I can rig, I can 3D model, but I don't. I'm bad at it. I'm slow at it. It's a bad use of my time. For 3D first person, well, that kind of depends on how you're going to do it. You know, they're just different things. Rigid body is for physics. Alright, we're not getting any errors, so I just need to get these guys animating properly. Getting EXP from them even. They're not making drops. But anyway. Like character controller doesn't want to react to physics, basically. Which for something like Counter-Strike, you know, you don't actually want stuff like bouncing when the grenade goes off or anything like that. So character controller can work just fine for that. And I'm actually using rigid bodies with a character controller. It's just that the rigid body is kind of used differently, not as the main driving force. But if you're building a physics-heavy game, you definitely use rigid body physics, like Tomb Raider or something like that. So now we need to mess. This is all working pretty good. Close you all for now, because you're getting in the way. We need to look at monster AI. And I started working on this at one point long ago. Let's see if it's in here somewhere. Entity AI animation was what I was trying to build. The point being that this guy's got an animator. Wow, he's got a lot of stuff too. This is all just... He doesn't even have any parameters? Wow. It's not set up very nicely. Does he really have all these animations? Good lord. That's quite silly, to be honest. Yeah, still need to make the entrance, so probably try to make something that looks kind of like the entrance, you know? And then a map icon for it. They will spawn just the same as like caves and towers currently do. It'll just be a new type of one of them. 2-hit combo daggers. Is that what they're doing non-stop? So there is one way that we've done this, which is to override trigger animation. Protected void trigger animation. Let's just go ahead and do these first. Set trigger. So we want to hit trigger, attack 1, attack 2, and a death. And a better way to do this might actually be, I'm going to keep that animator as is. Let's go ahead and take something like this, duplicate it. Let's make him our Goblin 1 animator. Animator. If we go to this guy's FBX file here, we've got all of these animations. So I'm just going to reassign some of them to here. There is a creative mode for Solace Crafting. Can you specify the question a little bit more for me? Can we build our own dungeons? What would that mean to you? Because I've had some ideas, and you know, there's absolutely, yeah, ways that we could do a lot of different things. But what would your image of that be? So let's see. Do we have idle, sword and shield, maybe? And then we'll do a walk forwards, sword and shield, and a run. Sword and shield, and idle activate. What is that? I don't know. Idle sword and shield. Now hit, block, attack, Get hit, sword and shield. Can I just drag that on there? Nope. Get hit, sword and shield. Attack 1, sword and shield. Attack 2, sword and shield. Activate. I don't know what that means. What is that? Activate. Is that when they like come up for the golems? Anyway, death, sword and shield. That should do it, honestly. So that's this guy. We're also going to do the Goblin 2, who the creators called a Kobold, which I couldn't get on board with. Kobolds are dragon spawn in my lore, as far as I'm used to. Idle combat. A little different now. Get hit, attack, 2-hit combo, cobbled materials, cobbled belts. We're working on Goblin 2. Idle combat, what does that look like? Yeah, that looks cool, but does he not have a just stand around sort of thing? We'll just put that in there for now. What does this guy look like? Goblin, idle, sword and shield. Oh, he's doing his own little dance there too, so okay. I guess so. Idle combat. Walk. Normal. Run. Normal. Get hit. Front. And I do want to improve this stuff eventually, but not right now for our first iteration. Attack 1. What is this? Attack 1 forward. What is this? That's not quite what we're looking for. There we go. Attack 2, I think is better. What is attack 3? There we go. Attack 2, we'll use that one. And then death. Should work just fine. Okay, so now M Goblin 1, we want to use this animator. Goblin 2, we want to use this animator. Right? Did I just mess that up? Goblin 1, Goblin 2, you're good. And let's just take a peek at those real quick. Populate the dungeon. That could be pretty fun. Clean it up, populate it. Maybe it generates. What would it generate? You know, maybe there's a special room in each dungeon that generates something special, like, I don't know, obsidian or something. And that's fine. If you want to chat, stop. So he's standing there. That guy's standing there. They should be able to wander. Let's see if somebody wander. Yeah, that guy over there's wandering. He is walking. I want to see one of these guys walk. That's cool. They got their little steppy walks. Okay. Now he's gonna see me. He's gonna run at me. He's gonna swing at me. And man, they're bad, but I'm level 50, so what do you expect? So there we go. We got little monsters fighting us. And I can stomp them all down. How come they're not... I guess... They're not generating any loot of any kind. They're certainly working, though. And that was kind of a cool shadow trick there. Oh, ye weaklings. This guy's a champion, isn't he? Yep, he is. Still 0 for me. He was a big guy. So the dungeon works. Let's see. We want to get rid of this blue fog that we added for the cave. I think these guys are kind of running up a little too close. Can we tone that down a bit, please? Maybe the nav mesh. Auto braking. Stopping distance is 0. How about a stopping distance of 1? Oops. So we don't have loot. We want to get that fog fixed. Let's do the fog first. I think that is just going to be... But yeah, like I was saying, we could have... There could be reasons, benefits to conquering a dungeon and then spawning NPCs in it to keep it up. And maybe they generate something specific, like mithril, or who knows. That could totally be a thing, though. Terrain, let's see. I want to look at the master. Yeah, that's kind of a problem with skinning. You gotta find stuff. That is true. This is the only place that we call that, huh? Client, and then let's pass tsf.world, and didn't we already have that? Current manager dot, let's see, what has he got? Like encounter type. Don't we have, how do we know what we're doing? Terrain save file. Oh, that's what I tried to open. Why didn't that work? Terrain save file dot world encounter holder dot encounter type. Okay, so we'll pass that to this guy. World encounter holder dot no, I think it's just called encounter types. Encounter type. We'll just pass that down here. Turn off surface world dot add. Whoops. What is this? List player client. When did that start? Alright, won't do that. Let's just turn that off. Currently we're just going straight to cave music. That's fine. Now let's do, let's see. Global, let's see, int2 section xe equals global methods dot get section xe for the client dot position returns from after converting it into a world position. That's good. Transform dot position. Terrain save file tsf equals chunk manager dot get terrain save file. And actually I think I can just feed him a position, can I? Yes, I can. Be sure to use the parent structure position if one exists. Client dot transform dot position. He converts that, doesn't he? Section xe current, yeah. Let's say uses unadjusted position, or let's say it adjusts position to world. So I don't actually need this. And now that we've got the terrain save file, we should be able to open up the world encounter holder and get the encounter type, which is what we wanted. So we want to do switch this, and in the case of, well, let's say default we'll do all of this and break, and then let's say case encounter types goblin dungeon, which is currently the only other type down, and I'm going to want to add parentheses so I can reuse those variable names. And let's see, what do we want to do? Color ambient. Well, let's just go down and play with the settings and see what we like. Alright, lighting, fog. I don't like this blue. What should we do? Probably more greeny. maybe a little yellowy. I think definitely darker. Even at black, it's going to be like that though, huh? We have an ambient color set up pretty strong too. Get off of me. Fog color black probably isn't too bad. You guys get off of me. You got no chance. Ambient color. Let's say this is more of like a brownish. And darker like that. What do we got? 0.53. 0.46. Oops, I'm changing the wrong one. 0.40. Fog is going to be on. I think that's your brain trying to find patterns. There's some kind of a psychological term for that. The way the human brain tries to find faces in patterns. Boy, these guys come running from pretty far off. Okay, so now let's turn that fog up a little bit. Yeah, that looks cooler with a little bit of creepiness in there. I'd like it to be what? I'd like it to be less saturated, but not so dark. So I guess more like this, but and then maybe not quite so distant. $250. I don't want to mess with that too much. Ambient mode, real-time environmental reflections. What do you think? Periodolia. Run around. Find monsters all over that come to fight me. I got a whole bunch of them. That's kind of fun. Hoo-yah! So these are going to be a little bit dangerous. You come in at the wrong level. There's quite a few guys in here, which is good and bad. We can turn that down or up or whatever. Wanted to see Well, then, yeah, we gotta get sounds on them. That's a big one. Sounds on these guys. Be nice to have like a big fire in some places. You just need more clutter, really. But we'll do that. We'll just get it working today, and we'll get some clutter and stuff in tomorrow. I was thinking of putting some switches in, and then have gates come down. Like to have a lever. Not positive yet. I want to see a room down. If I can find one. This looks like one. Nope, just kidding. Let's see. This could be one. No. This might be a little bit too big. So this is going to get confusing. There's a champion again. Yeah, I ran pretty far down in here and I haven't found my way out yet. Let's see if everything is working like we expect it to. I'm gonna drop something there. I'm gonna build a Solace right here. I'm gonna teleport away. And did the sky come back on? Yes, it did. And I'm gonna teleport back down. And it put me back at the start. So that didn't work, but that's alright. I'll fix that. Man, I keep getting these, like I'm almost gonna sneeze and I don't sneeze. It's the worst. So let's see, what do we gotta do? We still gotta update. Well, I kinda wanna just go look at the boss. Yeah, I wanna look at one of those down rooms. So where am I at? I'm just gonna God hand myself over to where I wanna be. Which I think is like over here. Yeah, here we go. I should put something here to make that easier to spot. But going down, somebody chased me, somebody else chased me. These guys are tiny because I'm in level 1.5 area. They'll scale to that. And yeah, anyway, I wanted to look at the boss room, which is coming up. Okay, we'll just fight our way there. Dirty peasants. And actually we don't have anything spawning the boss, so he's not gonna be here. A lot of bad guys though. I don't know, we'll see what people think of that. Good to have an AoE skill. The whole thing is just It starts at the beginning. So this room is always the same. This is the beginning. And then every room after that, it just picks a square of a random size. It rolls to see if it wants to take any of the corners out. It rolls to see if it wants to put a room in it, like this guy did. And then it rolls to see all of the stuff that it puts down in it. You know, and right now we just have torches and these manacles and some things, but we'll get barrels and like bookshelves, and you know, I think some of them should have a bonfire going in them. We'll get chests. I'd like to make some of these rooms secret rooms, so like if you notice there's a button right here and you push the button and the door opens up, kind of stuff like that. But it's all just random. It's noise-based random though. It doesn't roll a random dice. It rolls a number and then pulls a result out of an algorithm from that. So it's always the same result. But if I change the seed, the algorithm shifts, and it's a billion long algorithm. So, or like trillion long. So if you shift the algorithm, even though you're still saying, give me room 2, then it pulls out a completely different room for each seed. But it will always generate the same thing for so long as you're using the same seed. Most stealthy is rogues, definitely. Pseudo-random would be a good word, yeah. It uses deterministic noise, so it uses noise patterns to generate random numbers. It doesn't, like, and computers can't actually do random numbers. If you roll for a random number, usually what it does is it looks at the system clock, and then it pulls a number out of that. Or when you start, the first random number will always be 7, and then the second random number will always be 36, and you know, or whatever. There's different random number generators that different engines use, but they can't actually say just pick a random number. You know, it's a computer. It has to be given a specific instruction. So a lot of times they'll use the system clock in milliseconds. They'll say, what's the current millisecond? And then give you a number based off of that kind of stuff. This uses noise patterns. So we're not spawning the boss anywhere. Oops, did I just unpin that? Pin that again. And we were working on making our fog a little better. That actually didn't look too bad. Let's just turn this down anyway. Let's go to like 5 for now, for the Goblin Dungeon. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. Let's go just like a little bit more red. Red, green, blue. I don't know. Maybe that'll look kind of spookier. Yeah, we had a goblin campaign that we would play when everybody couldn't get together. We had like a 4-man team or a 5-man team, and if somebody couldn't show up, or like 2 people couldn't show up, sometimes we'd do just an offshoot and do a goblin campaign, which is basically just like we'd jump into combat. We were being led around by our hobgoblin war commanders, and they'd say, go do this, and so we'd just run into a cave and try to kill everything. You could make a whole story around it though if you were an inventive GM, of course. Definitely homebrew some stuff. You can homebrew whatever you want though. That's kind of the beauty of Dungeons and Dragons. need to spawn the boss. Entity, where are we at? World encounter, goblin, dungeon generator, AI. Spawn monster, spawn boss. Nobody's calling this yet, are they? Find all references. Why is he protected? Going through all of the, let's see, dungeon cells. Let's say generate monster. We'll grab the cell there in cell 3 position. First thing first, or yeah. If cell is boss room, I want it to spawn the boss. There's a lot more to this that we're going to have to improve upon, but dungeon generator AI. Yeah, kind of one of the ways to be a bad DM is to kill everybody. Or make everything too easy. So it's difficult. A good GM brings up problems and danger. But usually you don't want to kill your people or they get demoralized. It happens though. If this is the boss room, I mean, long story short, I want you to spawn the boss, and I want to spawn the boss at, I guess I can just spawn him in the middle for now. Kind of want to spawn him at the end. Let's say, did I already close down? Did. Let's say base X plus, hi kitty. East is our 0, right? Dungeon generator. Generate boss room. Oh, that's a decorator, isn't it? Decorate boss room. Spawn. East is 0. Yeah, good kitties. East is 0. That means we're coming from the east. That means the further we go west, the further towards the back we are. Which is, you know, long story short, it's the throne here that we were talking about. Which is Z plus. Z plus. Base X plus. This guy divided by 2. Base Y and then base Z plus. Hi, kitty. What are you doing? We were just doing 7 for starters. Hi. What are you doing? It'd come down to what are you doing as the dragon? Like, what's your goal? What's your danger? What's your, you know, what is it you're trying to do? Why is there a story for you to be playing? Is there a group of... This is the big kitty right here. Can you see him? This is Big Kitty Pearl. We got 4 kitties though. 2 on the cat cam. 1 over there on the seat. And this guy likes to come and give me kisses. Rub on the mic. He's a big kitty though for your normal cat. I've raised cats all my life. He's a big kitty. He's not one of those big types, you know. There's some types of cats, like the Bengal cats or the Maine Coons, they're just big, like northerner cats. He's just a normal cat, but he's a really big cat for his type. A lot bigger than his brother. Then I just gotta rotate this dude, right? Oh. I just don't want to get him stuck in any of those pillars or anything. What if... Dungeon generator. switch this to game object so I can get him back. And then we'll do I got a cat on my arm now, so it's a little harder to type. Rotate around, go dot transform dot rotate. Hello. You don't like that? Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Game object go transform dot rotate around. Yeah, we had a guy that tried to play like a Draconian or something like that, and it just made things really complicated, and it kind of pissed everybody off. You know, it was really subtracting from fun. It wasn't adding to fun. It's usually, it's better, you know, and people like to be unique, but you know, if you were a leprechaun, you should, or like if you're a dark elf, you should get killed anywhere you go, basically. That's just how the story should be. So it's not fun to play like that unless you're going to play specifically an Underdark campaign, and then that's what the whole group wants to play. So now you're dark dwarves and dark elves and, you know, some evil humans or something like that. But trying to play really weird, exotic stuff is usually a lot more difficult for everyone, and it doesn't really add to the story a terrible amount. This is not gonna work the way that I'm thinking. It is rotate around local. What does that do? I'm gonna take these off for a minute. Deprecated. Well, here is an alternative, because this isn't really working out in my head. Let's say when the decorator spawns this room, which is, he's got the prefab. So instantiate boss room, prefab is now go. Now let's say gain the what to do. How about monster AI equals go.get component in children monster AI. This is going to give us the boss if he's in there, And then we can do all of the snaz here that we need to, which would be this. And you're just gonna need, I don't even need to, I can just do mirror, network server, and then we can, oops, clicked on hub again. After that compiles, we can just go ahead and stick the boss right on, right where we want him. I wonder if I have that stone throne in this project. Anyway, where was that? Boss room 01. Okay, so I'm gonna go into here. Don't need you to expand everything every time. And I'm actually going to just throw in a goblin boss. Let's move him to the top, and put him right here. Let's see if I do have, I might have that throne, stone throne. I do, don't I? Bring that in too. Let me see that. Cool, that's cool. Let's get rid of these rocks. Which are at 21. Let's put this guy at 21. He needs to be rotated a little bit, apparently. Put him at 111, maybe even bigger. 0.5. Rotate 90. How about minus 90? And we'll put him like right here. So this is the boss. So he'll just spawn right in with that stuff. And, you know, as long as I'm here, I really did want to get some these banners. Where did those go? Props. A, B, C. They're not called banners. What are they called? Light candle. Where am I? I'm not in the right pack. Not you. Here we go. Banner 01 needs to be just above this torch. In a similar fashion, that's going to be 90. 26.8. Oops. And up something like 6. And then we want another one of him, but minus 6. Like that. So we've got kind of a throne room feel going on. And, you know, we'll add more stuff in there later, but yeah, again, let's see. This guy doesn't have an LOD component for himself, or does he? Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. Mesh 1, mesh 2. Okay, we'll give him one. I've never used this model, before, so he's not set up for it. Not a big deal. And we're actually using nested prefabs here. So I should be able to just apply this to himself. And mesh storage. What? Prop stores a mesh storage dot script. What? Is there a script on him? Mesh storage, yeah, removed, good. What is that? Removed. Be gone. Apply. So now he's got an LOD, and these guys were already set up for LODs, so that's good. Save, leave, and okay. Yeah, this can go back to void. We're not actually even using you. I'm gonna just comment you out completely. Hey, Nixify dev. No. I was just messing with it a bit recently here to show the cat in my lap. And didn't quite adjust it. Thank you for that. You can refresh if you need to, stop nut. I think that'll get you, usually catch you up to speed by 3 seconds or so, but you'll miss however much you're lagging behind by if you do that. So it's kind of a good or bad. So kind of the major things we still need to do here is saving player position within the dungeon. Didn't look like that was going off properly. At least the Solace didn't. The Solace sent me back to the start. As we can see when I do this. And an error has even occurred. Boss room, please add network. Oh. Did I try to spawn the wrong thing there? Decorator, mirror, spawn, go. Yeah, that's not right. AI.gameObject. My bad there. So while that's compiling, I'm going to open up, let's see, what is it? It's building, player building. Player building, command build, no, command place, something like that. Facility, no. Place structure, no. Place new structure, no. Isn't it? Let's just look for Solace here. If it's a Solace, what are we doing here? Command construct building, there it is. If it's a Solace, I want you to get the local position plus the parent building area, transform local position. Structure, transform local position. It's good, interact. Adding Solace, section XC, local XY. If you're currently in a world encounter, which we should have been, add new Solace. Well, it knows we're in the world encounter anyway. XC, serializable vector, local X, local Y, local Z. So that should have figured it out, and it printed that out. I'll just destroy it and check it out again. It's almost time to close my curtains with the sun blaring in on me, which means I've only got about an hour left before I'm gonna have to go to my doctor's appointment. Okay, I did change the fog and the ambient to be a bit more red. That doesn't look bad. Goblins all over me. Let's magic ourselves over to the boss room. Where are we at? I believe the boss is over here. Ish. This way? And there he is, he's big. He's kind of not where I wanted to be. Did I set his animator up? Doesn't look like what is he doing? It looks like he's dying. I don't think I set his animator up, did I? Anyway, he's big. He should hit hard, but he can't hit me because I'm level 50. And he's ugly, and that's cool. And he doesn't know how to die or anything because I didn't set his animator up. But we'll fix that. Throne worked fine. These guys are annoying. Okay, but anyway, kind of what I want to test is save and quit. Let's see if I'm in the same spot. And yes, I am. So that's good. Where was our Solace? Looks like it didn't spawn any bad guys in here. I wonder if... there's lots in here, though. It must have... yeah. Let's see, where was that Solace we built? Way over there. I'm going to want to deconstruct this a few times until we get the code right. So town relies on the Solace. You're kidding me. Town does not rely on this Solace. What are you talking about? Well, there's a problem in and of itself. Let's look at that. Save, leave. Player building, deconstruct. A town relies on the Solace. If the storehouse is not equal null. Let's see, that's gonna be world encounter data holder under our save folder. It's going to have no. What is it? Terrain save file world encounter holder has a building data holder. Nope, I'm reading that all wrong. We're looking at Solace data, which in other words is going to be world data holder. When we save is fine. When we load the Solaces in, if the Solace town does not equal null, which is preposterous because towns are serializable. When this gets loaded in from the JSON, it's going to default to its normal state. So it's never going to be null. Oh yeah, we were looking at the storehouse. But likewise, this is a serializable object. It's going to default to, if the building equals null, make it new. Give it that. I'm even forcing it to not be null. I don't remember this ever being a problem in the past. What to check on instead? If the storehouse dot it's going as far as setting up the building here. If the storehouse is not null and the building is null, set it up. But I'm pretty sure that in all circumstances this is not going to happen. We're actually running on a new world, so there should only be 2 Solaces. Does not equal null. Let's see, storehouse was not null. I mean, just unless my remembering of how that stuff works is wrong. I don't think it's good to compare everything. Stop nut. Warhammer's got its charm. I'd say more often I would prefer to be playing D&D than I would Warhammer, but not necessarily because one is better than the other or not. Let's see, how did that load up? Going in, loading world. Storehouse was not null. As expected, like I said, coming out of serialization, there's no way that it wouldn't be null. But let me see. Storehouse tier, town tier is going to be -1. Storehouse, citizen rotation, building type by default is going to be null. Okay. If storehouse dot does not equal null and Solace dot town dot storehouse dot building type does not equal town buildings dot null, then you can go ahead and do that, I think. This is a toasty kitty I got on me. Getting hot sun on my side, kitty on my lap. And a big kitty at that. So I would like to, once again, there we go, deconstruct that. Now I would like to construct a Solace, and it's going to structure found, updating 3391. Is that all good and fine? Adding Solace 1 minus 1 33 0.2 91 3391. Structure is going to be located at 3391. That all looks fine. I think I know what's going on. In the past, there's some cave offset stuff that's different. So when I go above ground, it debugs there 8.6, which is right at the start. When I try to go down here, though, going in position 000, even though target set position looks like it was correct, but yeah, we need to reset that here when we go in. However, the player local position got called incorrectly, which was coming from, where was that coming from? Should have been coming from something like the Solace UI. Going in, TP position, vector 3, Solace town portals, local position divided by 100. Good, 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 I believe. It knew what it was doing. Is this a town portal that I'm looking at? Just to be sure. If Solace town portals owner equals owner, Solace town portals. Yeah, I don't want to. I was not coming from a town portal. That's not what we're looking for. Incorrect. Going in was called by target set position under player mover. Maybe player client. Continue registration. No. Player mover. Is this recall? No. Server teleport. Could be target going in if it's in world encounter. Player script controller. This is on the server. Server teleport could be. I think though it showed that it was target set position. Here we are. Vector 3 0. Okay, so that's not right. Target set position, vector 3 local position. So who called you? World encounter manager, floating island. No. World encounter master. It was one of these two. The goblin dungeon. Current manager. Yep. Okay, I just set it there, which is not acceptable. Player local position is being passed to this. I believe it was being passed to there properly. So we want to go ahead and use that. Player local position, and the other place that this was being used was in the teleporter. The surface teleporter, world encounter teleporter. So if we're going downward, we were doing the transform import position, blah blah blah, which is for caves. So let's see now. Going in, if it's by default, we want to go ahead and just follow that. If it's a cave, goblin dungeon, we do want to use that. In the event, do we want to change the teleporter? To include that data? No, because it has no concept of whether it's a cave or not. This guy, however, does. And it should be able to tell if we are teleport not needed true. True, true, false. Most of these are false. Interesting. So let's say we do if teleport not needed, and then we'll do an else. And in either case, we are doing this. Teleport not needed. We do want you to display our local position. Otherwise, we want you to use this. And what's that true again? In world encounter true. Okay. Yep. Let's give that a try. Gotta close my curtains, but there's a kitty on my lap. Age-old dilemma. My right cheek is burning. Kitty, do you care about the health of my face? See what we get. Alright, I can't see my screen because the sun is blaring on it. Sorry, kitty. Sorry. Kitty. Sit on the chair till I come back. Well, that didn't work. Going in, position, teleport not needed, true. Position still got passed as 0, 0, 0. So that's actually prior to this is our problem. Player local position. That was being called from not the encounter teleporter. Not you guys. Too much stuff open to range matters. I think it was player mover. Target set position. Yeah, it's going straight to vector 3, 0. Which is not what we want. If is in world local position. This needs to be generic enough so that it works for caves and fire portals and everything that we make from here on. So basically what we're doing here is the server is telling, thank you for the convos, John. Take it easy. Have a good night. Server is telling the player where it needs to be. The reason that we're passing in vector3 0. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Target, set position. So, let's see, local position. But I know this is going to mess the caves up if I do it for some reason. So we're going to have to go fix caves after this. But teleport not needed. So we're going to use that local position. And it should teleport us into that Solace. It still didn't. It did send us in some good numbers though. Going in, let's see, what is our local, that's our world position, alright. So that's being generated improperly. Player mover, this should have been called from server teleport, which should be called from probably player mover, one of these two. Probably so this guy. Data 2 my popping. We'll take it easy. It's still 2:45 where I live, but I know it's getting late for most of the world. This is recall, so that's not correct. Let's just go from the beginning. Solace travel UI. It's down here somewhere. Travel button clicked. Teleport clicked. If it's in a world encounter, we want to get the local position. We want to add a little bit to it, and we want to say teleport is in world encounter. We've got the destination and the position. That's going to get passed straight to the server. Server's going to pass that straight to this method. So we've got, let's see, this destination is our local position, right? The first method is destination. Okay. So we bring that down here, and since it's in the world encounter, we say going into XY dude at the local position here. And we're saying false, which is teleport not needed. Oh, really? Going in, once again, local position. Local position is getting used by the Goblin Dungeon. Teleport not needed was set to false. Who else makes use of that? If not teleport is not needed and client.isServer loads and moves the player. Target set position. So this is never actually going to get called, is it? If teleport not needed, so that's never going to happen. How do we differentiate here? Teleport not needed. Wasn't this coming through as vector 3, 0, but we changed that to get the real position here. And then that just goes straight down the line to the here, destination. Straight to going in, and player local position. We saw going in, position, teleport not needed equals true. Teleport dot not needed equals true. Teleport not needed equals true. Teleport not needed equals true. Teleport. Shouldn't we be sending that as false? Going in, false. Teleport not needed, true. That's confusing, but in any case, if teleport is not needed, so this is never going to happen here. Teleport not needed. Target set position. But if it's in world encounter and you're telling it that player mover teleport clicked, Solace is in world encounter, Gamedev that false return, client teleport, well, it's not getting called. Teleport clicked. Solace number found. It's in a world encounter. I mean, it should be. Maybe that's not registering properly, and that's the problem we're having. Solace travel. Solace teleport clicked. Local position. Is this not firing? Because that would change the whole story. Solace teleport clicked. Client teleport. Destination. Going in. Okay, we're looking at two different things here. So the first one we have teleport not needed equals false. Once again, I'm curious about the surface teleporter. World encounter teleporter. This guy says going in and it leaves it alone as false. So this is only allowed on the server. It's here. For client, we're not going to do this. So only the server is going to go call going in. And it's going to say that the teleport not needed equals false. Which is exactly why it's going to tell the client to set its position to the position provided to it. Now, Solace UI is doing the same thing, but we want it to use the local player position. So we've got two things going on. The Solace teleporter sending the player down, and the surface teleporter sending the player down, and they need to be doing different things. In any case, this does need to be called. So it's almost as if we need a second one of these. To differentiate from the cave teleporter or the surface teleporter versus a Solace. Which we can certainly do. It's just, is that what we want to do? Is that what we should do? Guess for now we'll do it. Bool coming from let's say coming from Solace equals false, and then we'll say if coming from Solace else, you can do that. And if we are coming from Solace, we need to be using that player local position. I think in the long run, what we really want to be doing is changing the spawn position of caves. I think that it's setting up the cave beneath the actual entrance itself, when it should really just position itself in the corner of the chunk, like the dungeon generator is doing. And all other types from here on should also be doing that too. So if we teleport down now, still not sending me there, but I didn't change anything, so of course it wouldn't. Solace UI, teleport, these all have no concept of that. Break time, but let's get this sorted out first. Bool, you know, what? Master. I'm not sure that I can do this on network commands. Can I even do this? I'm not sure. Coming from Solace equals false, 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 but the Solace is gonna say yes. No, whoops. True. And that's only important for within there. Now if we are coming from there, we need to also pass that on to this guy and say coming from Solace. Now I think it might yell at me here. The mirror weaver might say yeah, cannot have optional parameters. I thought so. Well, let's see. Are there any geniuses in chat? So I can't do this. Doesn't mean I can't add the bool. Just means that anybody anywhere that calls this now is going to have to, coming from Solace, going to have to make sure they mention that. Which, for example, server teleport recall coming from Solace, this is a false. Who else we got? Find all references, true. Solace UI, teleport. You know, it's coming from the Solace. This is true. This is true. So yeah, let's say true. Likewise down here, what is this? Teleport clicked. Why is there town portals coming from teleport? Yeah, true. This is true. We are coming from Solace in that event. Command teleport should only have that one. It's fine. Server side teleport, I believe, has some others, like the console. Nobody saw that. Let's say new int 2 bool coming from Solace false. Player mover. What is this? Recall. That's another false. Another player mover. This is already accounted for. This guy is collision detected on teleporter AI. Right. Coming from yada yada. This is also a false. World encounter manager. Leaving. Coming from Solace. We are not. Likewise with you, I'll bet. Leaving. And once again, false. Does everybody agree with that? Or is somebody feeling left out? No. Overload. Server teleport bull coming for the public void. Server teleport. What? Overload? What? Scripts. No overload for method server teleport takes 5 arguments. Right above it there. Coming from Solace. No, who's doing it all up here? New int 2 coming from Solace. Oh, I did that twice somehow. Alright, now what do you think? Looks good. So now on our going in method, we know when we're coming from the Solace, in which case we're going to go ahead and use the local position. Otherwise we're not. And does that solve all our problems? Looks like it did. We're down in the dungeon. No monsters have spawned here, but there are monsters in the nearby rooms, so that's good. Now, why are these guys not generating loot? When you die, you're supposed to drop stuff. Capsule glider, animator, monster AI, network transform, proximity audio source. Did I forget to put something on these boys? Not buildings, not resources. Nope, 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 nope. Procedural prefabs we have not set up, which is alright. We've got, say, a crystal golem. He's got a monster AI. He's got a monster drop, an interactable loot already on him. Do they all have that? Earth Elemental, Monster AI. Because, I mean, well, those are a little bit special, though. That's true. Let's look at somebody else. Ice Golem. Yeah, he's got the monster drop. It is marked as a monster drop. And he's got interactable drop. Not particularly marked as anything. Alright. Add monster drop. And we want to mark these as monster drop. And interactable drop. And then we want to turn both of them off until the AI decides to turn them on. And that should give us some loot. Following which, I'm going to have to take a little break here. Do a little stretch. What do you got? Of course, these guys probably aren't worked in any sort of loot tables. That's what I was worried about. Let's see. Turn some of you guys off because that's working and there's so many of you. La-di-da. World encounter. UI, Solaces, saves. Leave that open. Entity, monster AI. AI, chase, return, combat, target, attack, attack entity. If dead, reward some EXP and some light. Where is the loot? Give me the loot. It's almost as if there is no loot. If health is less than 0. Yeah, there's no mention of loot. Death. Is this what gets called that I'm missing? Death. If is player, use ragdoll. Else. If not, use death animation event, which we don't. We go to death. If encounter AI does not equal null. Okay, so these guys do have an encounter AI. So they're not going to be auto-generating just some good old random loot for themselves. So we're going to need to up that up. The other example, well, I guess, yeah, the only thing using encounter AI is the guys at the monoliths. No, Dungeon AI's got it too. Because I definitely want these guys dropping loot. But then some of them, like the boss, they report back as boss has been killed, unlock the chest, kind of stuff. And maybe, yeah, lots of different ways to do that. I'm gonna take a little break here, just real quick. 5-10 minutes, go to the bathroom, do a little stretch, and the cats are just gonna be sleeping, I think, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna actually call it here. I got a doctor's appointment I gotta head out to here in a little bit. We'll definitely up this onto beta today. Even if there's no loot going or chests going yet, be good first step just to get people's opinion, sort of the look, the size, things like that. Get a good first taste. And we'll keep working on this tomorrow and the next day. Christmas isn't a big thing over here. I don't think in the States people are, able to really gather up and celebrate too much right now anyway. COVID's spreading pretty heartily, pretty rapidly right now, unfortunately. Around here too. We're going to be doing New Year's is big over here, so I'm probably going to be off 29 through like the 4th. Something like that. And I'll probably be doing some of my own game dev just on and off. My free time, not streaming necessarily, but should be here tomorrow and the next day and next week for the most part. Yeah, like I said, probably 29th I think is, I think it's the night of the 29th that we got family coming over. But we'll see. So I'm gonna call it here for today. Go get ready, and I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna work on this later tonight. Get this kind of sorted out in a little smarter method. This whole monster AI script in general is sort of one of the things I really want to work on improving probably next week or gonna be next year before we know it, so I guess probably next year. But I do want to get kind of like a fire dimension going before I really dig into monsters and skills. And even before we do monsters and skills, I want to get into lots more drops so that we can do lots more recipes, potions and crafts and weapons and all of that good stuff, because we've got a decent amount of drops already happening that aren't actually being used yet. And like I said, we got these 3 new types of goblins in. We're gonna add some chests in. I want to add destructible barrels, secret rooms, some things like that. So definitely more chances for specific loot locations. And then all of that will translate into lots of new recipes. That's kind of the steps I'm moving down right now. Get some new locations, get lots of new monsters, make them drop lots of new stuff, use that to make lots of new recipes. And then improve monsters and monster skills. And probably after that, start working on player skills, which will be a lot of fun as well. And I will definitely need some help from the community figuring out all the different skills, classes, benefits that we should have and want, and all of that. So blah, 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 blah. I'll see you tomorrow if you're here.